What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boys, Caps and Flaco.
You already know what's going on.
Yeah, man. And we're back once again with another hip-hop project review, because we can no longer say album, essentially.
This time around, we are going with a labeled album, but it is an EP by our definition. We're going with the Kid Cudi joint.
Yes, sir. Kids See Ghosts.
Kids See Ghosts.
Kids See Ghosts.
Now, normally, if it was an album format, we would give each other's 3 strongest songs.
Yep.
We would run through like the songs that we like, and then we would give you an overall gist of the album. Since we're going with an EP form, we're going to give our take on each song. Then we're going to rate the EP on 4 categories, which are lyrics, lyrical content,
album structure, and then beats, baby.
of course, because it's got a bump.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kid Cudi for coming back and reuniting and working with Kanye. So,
and the first track off this EP is Fourth Dimension. Let's hear it. I get the feeling. Well, that was the intro, Fourth Dimension, which kind of set the tone, to say the least.
Yo, I don't know, man. Like, it's been like all these projects. The first song on these little projects, because I'm not gonna call them albums because they're not albums,
right?
But they've really set the tone for like the rest of your listen. Yes, Cudi does not really spit on this particular song.
Right.
He's more on the hook end of it. He did have a Pusha T feature on it. Pusha's verse, of course, was bananas. I wasn't a fan of the Kanye interrupting the hook. I could have did without that, but sonically, sound, man. Like, it was really good. It was good marination.
The tempo was there. Tempo was
absolutely, and Cudi on the hooks is always a good thing. You know what I mean? Like,
seriously,
I think he might be like this generation's Nate Dogg. He ain't Nate Dogg, but Nate Dogg. Shout out to Nate Dogg. Rest in peace, my man.
I got you.
But he's in this genre. You know, he does get
right.
You know, sought out.
It's funny you say that, because it's more like Cudi. I mean, Cudi hasn't really rap like that since like First Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
From like the mixtapes, where he's gone into like this edgy R&B.
Yeah.
With lyrics. So the
he's
comparison to like a Nate, I guess.
Yeah, he's definitely copied too.
Yeah. Oh,
well, you know.
But the trick is, like, those that copied actually have bars, like, I guess okay.
That's true.
Well, but no, I mean, the tempo, the energy, I do appreciate with
unbelievable, which is something from a good Cudi track is what you're always gonna get.
Yep. Next is Kids See Ghosts, the title track.
Hey.
Here we go. Here's the hum.
I love all your shit talking. You ain't got nothing better to do with yourself.
Kids See Ghosts. That was just when you thought Cudi don't spit no more. As I said that earlier, but I mean, you know, nothing that'll blow your mind lyrically, but just that pace and that tempo and that flow, and just combined with that beat, and it's just so definitely something like you want to go see live, you know, and just catch that vibe with everyone else, and just get crazy with it.
That energy, absolutely. Yes, Cudi is not the biggest wordsmith out there, nor is he one of the best spitters, but he harmonizes very well with the beat selection he chooses, which is an art in itself. I used to not be very big fan of it, but as I've matured as a listener as well, right. Which is something going through this process of doing this show, of course. But he has a very keen way of being able to do that and still keep integrity with what he says in the songs. You know, sometimes people use a lot of nonsense, or they're not saying nothing. He still has a kind of a way of like he's still telling the story to a degree, you know, absolutely,
or painting a picture. And the thing is, like, it's just like kind of weird, but he's the OG of this.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
This style, you know, especially with I can't really necessarily remember anyone in the hip hop realm sounding like this, you know, like so this is why I like really tip my hat to him. So now next track 3, Cudi Montage.
What's the cost, boy? Losing everything that I had. She been on me, boy, unless she got something to tell. Sitting waiting for me, slipping, yeah, I see you in hell.
I don't know if you said it already, but I'll reiterate once again. Like, Kanye's bars are a hell of a lot better here.
Well, we talked
than they
about
were
that
on
before
Ye.
we shot today.
So I find it fascinating.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, you know, he didn't have it for his own project, and his bars were not consistent. I mean, he's already on 2 records here, and he sounds like the old Kanye for some reason. I mean, I'm not gonna be putting nothing out there, but why the fuck you couldn't have that on your own fucking project, man? For real.
I mean,
That's all I'm saying.
might have been experimenting in Ye.
Yeah, whatever. And anyway, I applaud him for doing that because it did enhance this record.
Right.
Dope as hell. Energy was incredible. Cudi's lyrics for this particular song were one of the better ones on this EP to me. I mean, we're gonna continue to go on.
Right.
But for me, kind of that marriage of them together was kind of like, to me, was if not the best on
Between
this particular.
the two as far as
To me, as far as the whole project goes, the beats with the lyrics, to me, that was, if not the best one on this particular project. So it's kind of like the old Kid Cudi, like Man on the Moon
Got you.
type Cudi.
Yeah.
You know, which is good because again with him too, it's like what I've liked about him is his maturation from what he, you know, all the stages that he's gone through, and he's kind of putting it all together on this.
Yep.
Which is dope.
Yep. I give you that. All right. Next up is Free, which is Ghost Town Part 2, which is, you know, from Ghost Town 1 that's on Ye.
Yes.
Album. So let's hear this bad
So
boy.
boom, bringing it together.
Yeah, man.
I don't feel pain anymore. Guess what, baby? I feel free.
That was Free, Ghost Town Part 2.
Yo.
You know one thing I keep forgetting?
What's that?
Is that this is a collaborative effort. Like we keep saying Cudi's album, but
Yes.
it's really Kid Cudi and Kanye.
Right.
So, you know, no shot to Kanye, but the sound of it, majority is a Cudi sound, and these rock elements that they have here,
It's huge.
things that Cudi has done, you know, through his
Whole way. His whole way through.
Yeah, man. So,
I really feel like, I don't know what the sample is. I know it's a big rock and roll record, but to me, it's kind of feels like when the first time you listen to Voodoo Child from Jimi Hendrix. He has that little kind of like element to him too. He's, you know, that heavy rock and roll element.
Right,
it's
right.
a great epic song. Like, I mean,
this is definitely an album to hear live. Like, however we feel about it now, because we haven't done a review, but to actually experience live and see them, and but probably our rating might shoot up a little more after that. Like it's
absolutely, it's incredibly sonically. It kind of fits the mold for like the type of artist that is going to be doing the majority of the vocals on it. You know what I mean? Like it's not trying to sound something that it's not.
Yeah,
you know, which is something that I used to really hammer on Cudi early on in his career, but now, like I said, being more mature, it's something that I appreciate from him, to be honest with you. And songs like that really show you like his range and like his palette and what he really listens to and what he tries to incorporate with what he wants to do. So
what he brings to the table.
Shout out to that man from the land.
Next one.
From the Bone Thugs.
This might be. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorites. I know. I like the last 3. I loved a lot. So, Feel the Love is up next.
Yeah, again, another prime example of Kanye spitting way harder on his project with Kid Cudi. You know what I mean?
Perhaps he had to do less. Perhaps he had, you know, because I mean, on the production side, even though he's gonna get all the credit, these aren't Kanye beats. Like, if you're a Cudi fan, you know what Cudi sounds
so
like.
in the brain trust, like percentage-wise, his input on the production, like what amount of input are you putting on there?
None.
I would
Maybe one track out of the 7. I'm not even kidding, bro.
No, wait, I know. I'm just saying on this particular song.
Oh, on this song, no, this was Cudi, 100%. This track was all Cudi. The beat-wise, production, nah. This was, bro. This is off of Man on the Moon too. Like, like he like pulled.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like,
but I'm just saying, like Kanye does have a big influence on how he.
Yes. I don't want to take that away.
That's
but
what I'm trying to say.
just saying, as far as this EP, this project has sound thus far.
Right. I'm just saying, it's a great record. Kanye did his thing on there.
Haven't you really heard from Kanye ever? Really?
I don't know about that. That second album, Late Registration.
Yeah, okay.
Similar sounding. And Flashes of Graduation.
And who came into Kanye's life?
Flashes of Graduation. I'm just saying, you know,
Who came into Kanye like that really flourished come 808's time.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think with them, it's a two-way street. I think a lot of people don't give the credit on the other side.
When you think of Kanye, it's more of like the soulful.
Wait, no. Hold on. Do you mean the Kanye that produces for other people, or the Kanye that produces for himself?
Well, old Kanye. I'm talking old Kanye. Old Kanye produced himself and other people. It was more the soulful samples and things like that. Then the new Kanye was like the Jesus Kanye and.
No. What I'm saying is, just look at his first album. And then Late Registration, and look how the different sonically those two albums are.
I hear you, but
and then think about the difference between that album and the 8808.
Okay,
it's huge difference.
I hear you, but
you know what I mean?
I want to just think about the continuity and sound of Cudi's music outside of the rock,
right?
To Man in the Moon,
right?
To even like when he does I can't remember the name of the other joints, but there's a lot of reminiscent things in these tracks that I hear from Cudi versus.
What I'm saying though is that there's a lot of things that Kanye brings to the table that, as far as the production on here, that aren't noticeable by listening. The way he's taking things and pulling things and putting them together, that's something that was enhanced while he worked with Kanye. That's all I'm saying. It has improved the end product. I'm not saying that he hasn't taken those jewels and enhanced that on his own.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that without that Kanye influence early on in his career, you might not have that type of him being able to put it together.
I hear you. But the one thing that we both said mistakenly, and is for a specific reason, is it's a collaborative effort, and we keep calling it a Cudi album, and there's a reason why. But hey, we'll move on.
I mean, listen,
the next number is fire. Fire.
Kissy go sometimes, kissy go sometimes, kissy go sometimes. Spirit. Moving around just.
I'ma just say, I wish Yasin Bey would have had a verse on this song.
Oh.
I'm just saying, man.
Oh.
That's just me.
Wow. That would be that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yasin on any track though is awesome.
That would have been like.
But I see what you're saying.
Because he killed that hook.
I feel you.
The kissy goes sometimes.
Like
kissy goes sometimes.
You can definitely hear. You can hear Yasin on
Spirit.
that.
Listen, you already know how I feel about that, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, shout out to
Kanye's
the artist formerly.
Best verse on this one.
Might be. Might be. I don't think it was Cudi's better ones though.
No. But that hook.
Awesome.
That hook was like
that hook was awesome.
And then the beat.
Great sonically was great. Yeah. I don't think it's one. I like the song, but comparing it to the rest of this EP, I don't think it's one of the stronger records.
Got you. But nah, it's. But once again, with fire,
it's kind of like the Kanye album. The last song was a good song, but it kind of just didn't fit with.
Well, okay, but then now, remember, as I said, this is the beat that might have been Kanye. Like this, I hear versus what, like, because it's a dope beat, but it stands out from the previous.
I really think it's a dope.
Five.
I really think it's a dope record.
No, it is. It's a hard
I just
record.
don't think with the other five.
It sticks out a bit.
Like kind of like a sore thumb a little bit.
Yeah, and there's no way to place it unless that was an intro, but then that's not an intro track, especially not compared to Fourth Dimension. So, yeah. But as you peep that, remember what I said earlier, like about the beat. What you said made sense though. Like he didn't learn how to do what he's doing without that time spent. So I get where you're coming from with that. I know it feels like I'm taking away, but I just think like more like.
No, I don't think it's.
Cudi's perfected like that sound.
See, I don't think it's taken away. I just think that a lot of times people, like a lot of those things go unnoticed.
Yeah.
when they're listening to it, they're saying, "Oh well, Cudi did this beat by himself." Well, no, I mean the notes are there, and you're getting a credit because there's something that you bring to the table. And I don't think that Cudi, his maturation process, his process of maturing, would have never been at this level had he not been with a Kanye.
Yes.
And I think that
That's true.
a lot of these records on this EP resemble that because they are working together. It's like you're getting the best out of both of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right. No, I hear you.
what's the last record?
Reborn. Reborn is the last track, and we go. And this is off like Speed and Bullet, like clean off that album. Clean off that album. And just like that, we're done.
Just like that, we are finished.
Yeah, man. But I do love those strings on that. Like it's so like scruffy, just like still. You hear like the hands rubbing on. Like I love the imperfections of the sound.
I think that song was too all over the place for me. I thought that guitar was awesome.
Oh, we agree on that at least.
Yeah, I just think that the beat itself was too all over the place. I would have liked to hear Cudi spit more on the last song to put a bookend on it.
So not Kanye's part?
I would have liked
that out.
I would have liked Cudi to have the verses on that last song personally.
Both verses then.
For my critique, for my personal thing. I think it's a really good track. I just don't think it fits with the album where it was placed. I think it could have been
1 through 5.
Yeah, I think it could have been in that middle there.
No, that's the end. 6, 7.
No, what I'm saying is that was the last track of 7.
But you thought 6 was out too.
No, I think 6 doesn't belong at all. I think the last track would have sounded better if it was placed somewhere else in the EP as part of the bookend.
Organization-wise.
Yeah, I thought the Ghost Town 2 could have been like the last song, to be honest with you. It would have been a nice would have been a nice bookend. So with that, I'll go into my critique. Production, flawless. I really like the marination. One thing I have liked about Kid Cudi a lot is he does have a way of pulling different sounds together, kind of like the Aquanamai album, like Outkast. I wasn't the biggest fan of it when it first came out. I kind of grew on me and reflected afterwards. He has a very good way of doing that with rock and roll and soul.
Yes, he does.
You know, a lot of bluesy aspects to him. So production, I would give it top notch. Album structure, I do think that it could have been structured a little better. I'm not gonna be a snooty about it, but I didn't think the 6-track Fire, I don't think that it fit with the album at all. I think it's a great record.
Gotcha.
I wish it would have been released like a Good Friday.
Maybe on Yee's album.
Maybe, or if it was like if they did a Good Friday like they did back in the days, like if that was the song that kind of put you on to what was going on.
Right.
With the exception of one song being out of place, you know, I wouldn't. It was good. It was a good concerted effort. We haven't heard from the both of them together in a long time. Lyrical content, I will give it a plus as well. I think the content of what he's saying was good, but the lyrics, that's the one flaw that's the one thing where I think Cudi is always going to sacrifice his sound. Right. Because I don't think if he put the effort into being more of a wordsmith, I think it would take away from the production side. That's just me. With that, it's 3 out of 4. I think 3 out of the 4 aspects that I like. I think the instrumentation kind of outweighs a little bit where the lyrics lack. So I'm gonna give it a 4. Caps is gonna give this album a 4. I loved his last album, and I think it kind of was an extension of that, and it as well as paid homage to some of the other albums that he put together. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I couldn't give an album like this a 5 because again the lyrics are not gonna be,
and it's a goddamn EP, only 7.
You know, and it's only 7 songs. So again, it's I don't know. Cudi to me makes good albums. To restrict them to 7 songs, it doesn't benefit me as a listener. It makes me want to listen to it a little more.
Gotcha.
You know,
or more volume of
what you're listening to.
Gotcha.
You know, so yeah, so I'm giving the Cudi album a 4.
All right, Caps. Damn, I'm shocked. I can't front. He said I was gonna be shocked. All right, Kid See Ghost. The only issue I have is it just sounds too much like a solo Kid Cudi project that I keep hearing Kanye interject. Like it just, I don't.
Like the annoying little kid in the back.
Yeah,
Like, I'm here. Hey,
man.
I'm here.
Like, yo, I'm not buying. It's a collabo. Like, there were tracks that I did enjoy. Honestly, if I sit back and be honest with myself, and as I'm going to be honest with everyone, Kanye's bars were better here than they were with Ye.
Absolutely.
So I did enjoy them, but I felt like, all right, you're taking Cudi's time away, B. Like, I don't really care to hear you right now. Like, I got 7 joints from you last week. Like,
right.
let my man live. So that thing just kept bugging me. But it can't deny like who this talent is. And like Caps alluded to with the bars, he admitted way back when in Good Music when he bowed down, because he couldn't keep up lyrically with them. But he was also venturing into a whole other realm, you know, like just continuing to just search and seek the, you know, different sounds, but still be hip hop at its foundation. So I'm along for the ride, and as you can see, what that produces. So I'm never there for the lyrics, but the harmonization, the you know sonic sound, of course the beats, the structure. I didn't have a problem with. I mean, I have a problem with just 7 tracks, and like the longest one was like what 3 and change. But
yeah.
You know, and like I said, the biggest problem I had was just I want to hear 2 verses from Cudi. I just don't want to hear 1 verse and just him on the hook.
Got you.
So that kind of ate me up. But like you said, the production, beats, forget it. Like, no doubt, I have no problem with the structure. I enjoyed it. I felt like the back end, like the 5, 6, 7, I truly did enjoy it. But I do see what you're saying about 6. And actually, as you say that about 7, it could be placed somewhere else and then switch over, especially with Ghost Town.
Part 2.
Yeah, actually, part 2.
Well, the other thing too.
Excuse me. Yeah, that definitely would have worked.
Right.
So I totally see that. I don't know. It was just nagging because I feel like Kanye put so much effort into just like holding his own here, which could have just been transferred over to his own project a week before and made that better. I'm giving it a 3, but I truly enjoyed it, especially the 4 tracks that I really liked. But yeah, man, like I don't know, just like, oh God, there's Kanye again. All right. I just want to hear Cudi, man.
I hear you.
But my thing is hums, B.
My thing is this. The other reason why I gave it a 4, I'm gonna be honest with you, is because the other thing that I think that I've noticed about Kid Cudi is that he makes bodies of work that makes you want to buy a ticket and watch it perform live. So for that element is why I also gave it a 4.
Yes.
Because I would love to see this like really performed on stage, you know, with everything that he does and the energy he brings and the instrumentation he has on stage.
I see this live, I'll probably give it a 5.
What's that?
I see this live, I'm probably giving it a 5. But as it, you know, listening, like it just, because it just kind of, I feel like I'm always like stubbing my toe or like hitting a thing every time. And then when I hear Kanye and he's going, it's like, all right, and it's good, but it's not, I don't know, it just doesn't, it's not fluent. But for you, the reason why I give it a 4, because this performed live, guarantee you, it's gonna it'll be epic. It'll be epic. It's only 7 tracks, but it'll be an epic 7.
It would be dope. So basically, our combined score would be a 3.5 for the Cudi and Kanye Kid C Ghost review.
Now,
shout out to Kid Cudi.
There's no way we could reminisce on this because it's a collaborative effort that's like never been done.
Well, I think I kind of mentioned it while we were talking about.
Okay.
It would be like the Aquemini album.
But I think more like Kanye's effort on Watch the Throne was more impactful there than it was here. I felt like he was like filler. He was fucking garnish.
That's fair. Like
he was garnish here, where I'm not. Why I can't. For the record, I am not saying Kanye held his own against Jay-Z. Dude, listen, please do not get my words.
He didn't
twisted.
though.
On a couple tracks, but I mean, from start to finish.
I don't know. That's why some people really like Watch the Throne.
Bro, yeah.
From what I've heard.
And we all know Jay dumb the F down.
Jay's been dumbing down for a little while now, so I mean he gave us flashes of it
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like he gave it to us with American Gangster, and then he waited till 444.
Well, all I'm gonna say is this:
I wouldn't even say
a collaborative effort. His presence was felt.
Sure, I get it.
Way more there.
I get it. No,
like
I agree.
He was just like he was garnished here, so it's like
I totally agree. And
like
not even that. Not even
Cudi and power like overbeared him. I don't understand.
Nah, I think that sometimes it's like if you order a steak and you put it on a garbage can lid. Not a hot plate, you put on a garbage can lid.
Order up.
The steak is still good, but it could be better if you have. If it's on a hot plate, if it's got the potatoes, if it's got, it just all didn't add up on all cylinders. Lightly salted. Like I said, that's why I couldn't really give it a 5. Well, first of all, it's an EP. I couldn't give it a 4.5 because of the lyrical aspect.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as a Cudi listener first and what Kanye brings to the table, not Kanye in the forefront and Cudi in the background. That's all I'm saying.
If they do this again and somehow figure out a way, because I mean, Kanye, you've done it already. Figure out a way to split that down the middle because you did it with Jay. So I don't know. I don't see how it's like, because honestly, it was at best this was 60-40 at best, and honestly, I think it was like 75-25. I'm telling you, like I felt Kanye just came with the bars, and whether he was assisted or not with them is a whole other. But anyway, let's move on.
So again, the overall rating is 3.5. We've basically made the comparison that they are kind of like Outcastish. As far as for you, Spoon. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna let Young Flaco put you on.
I got this.
To the seekers. You spoon-fed clowns. You already know what's on the radio, and then
No, we're here more for the spoon-fed than the seekers.
That's correct.
Like so,
That's correct.
Don't be chopping up our.
No, I'm sorry. That these spoon-fed folks just they get what they get. You know what I mean? But for those,
where is it? Oh yeah.
But for those who are on it, again, we commend you. But for those who aren't,
this is MF Doom collaborating with the Youth of the Apocalypse.
Yes.
Yo, don't even ask me. I don't know where I found this, but this is so dope. So just soak up these couple seconds and go seek it out. Like I'm telling you, it's dope, man, and it fits in with a sound like this.
What's the name of the song?
Drop the Bomb.
Boom. Alright, that's it. You can't go no more. Shout out to MF Doom.
Seriously.
Make sure you go check that out, man. Make sure you go out there, support these artists. Make sure you support the culture. Make it as healthy, happy, and constructive as possible.
Word up.
You know what I mean?
Word up.
And while you at it, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And comment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you think.
Talk that ish.
Let us know what your review is, man. If you have anybody that you want us to look at and put on the Seekers segment. We out. Stay blessed and peace.
To the next episode. Bless y'all.